The Sunflower State is just weeks from going totally cashless, a process that began nearly 10 years ago. Ohio's upgraded tolling system just passed the one-month-old mark, but open road tolling is not cashless tolling in the Buckeye State. And officials in Maryland are about to shift the traffic pattern at the toll plazas for the Fort McHenry and Baltimore Harbor tunnels. Greetings and welcome to Turnpikes.com's weekly update of all that's coming down the pike. The Sunflower State of Kansas is only weeks away from closing the last of its toll booths and going completely cashless. The Kansas Turnpike Authority has been meticulously preparing drivers using the Kansas Turnpike with copious video productions and news updates to explain the change. Plans for the cashless transition were announced at the start of 2020, although the need to transition to cashless had been part of the KTA's long-term planning since about 2015. Next door and to the south, Oklahoma has just 2 of its 12 turnpikes to finish converting to cashless. That will be completed by the end of the year. The Ohio Turnpike has not converted to cashless tolling, although the Ohio Turnpike did roll out an upgraded and new tolling system about a month ago. It is not a license plate tolling system. Open road tolling was introduced, which allows drivers with toll transponders like Easy Pass and SunPass to bypass the toll plazas. Drivers who have a transponder but forget to have it with them, for whatever reason that may be, can still use open road tolling and pay a premium fee for not having the transponder installed. However, if you do not have a compatible transponder account, you cannot use open road tolling. You still have to pull over to a plaza and pay with cash or use a credit card or a debit card on the Ohio Turnpike. A little bit of relief for toll-by-mail customers in the Empire State of New York, even as the Metropolitan Transit Authority is continuing its crackdown on toll violations. A story we told you about last week, by the way. The Empire State has passed new state budget legislation aiming to protect drivers who have used cashless tolling in New York but never received an invoice. A problem local media has been reporting about several times since the state's transition to cashless. New rules require those paying tolls by mail in New York must be given 30 days to pay their invoice, and they must get a second reminder invoice before a violation notice is issued. Invoices must also warn drivers about added fees for failing to pay and provide information about how to dispute a toll. A toll payer advocate office will also be required to help facilitate and resolve disputes for each agency participating in New York's toll-by-mail program. The new rules will take effect after the summer driving season ends and will go into effect on September 1st. Something that is taking place this week is a shift in the traffic pattern in Maryland at the Fort McHenry and the Baltimore Harbor tunnels. The Maryland Transit Authority announced plans to close some lanes at the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel toll plaza this week to aid with traffic flow. The reason for that traffic is, of course, the loss of the Francis Scott Key Bridge at the end of March by the barge collision. The cargo ship Dolly remains stuck in place where the collision happened on March 26th, held in place by collapsed portions of that span. High winds over the weekend did force officials to delay plans to detonate explosives in order to break that span into smaller, more manageable pieces. The Dolly is expected to be returned to the Port of Baltimore this week, however, once the last portions of the collapsed span holding it in place have been finally removed. Coming up next week, we tear into the congestion pricing plan set to begin at the end of next month in Manhattan. It's causing quite a bit of ruckus and confusion. We'll help clear up some of the confusion, though not necessarily the ruckus. We also peer into a plan to extend a toll road through the forests of Central Florida. Until then, thank you for watching. I'm Danny Pryor for Turnpikes.com, the Turnpike Authority.